Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Evan Williams Cherry.
Very good.
It was good.
Another shot if you allowed me to.
And before Mr. Magazine says hello to everybody, Random Neighborhood Kid did come by, and we had a couple of different problems, which he troubleshot. He updated all the drivers and everything that seemed to be working. And then today, before the show, it froze up again. So if we freeze up, we're sorry. We have finally figured out, I think, what the other problem is. It's a cord. So forgive us if we freeze up. Cord? Yes. My girlfriend drives a Honda, doing workout tapes by Fonda. And if you notice the background, we are getting storms up here. We are getting thunder snow. Did you know that, Mr. Magazine?
Oh, really? We should get like frozen snow. So when it freezes up, it'll make more sense.
Well, we're getting thunder snow. And so if all of a sudden it's not a freezing, but we're no longer on air, we're supposed to be getting 50-mile-an-hour winds, and the power company has warned us that power outages are likely. Wow. So should we not be here, that's why. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
All right. First out is Popular Paper Time Machine. How's it going? Jay-Z Jeff's in the house. Marvelous Michael's here as always. Awesome Antiquarian's always here. Cool Carl's here. Let's see.
Ahoy, hoy.
Marvelous Metal. I'm very jealous of your sales, but we'll get to that in a minute. Joy's here. And Paper's running a 29% off sale. I'm running a 35% off sale under $50, but I always do that.
For Sadie Hawkins Day.
Oh, good for Sadie.
Oh,
Marvelous. What's
I see $5.
Oh, what? We're getting there. There's a lot going on. Look at
that jumps the line.
We're getting there. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels, how's he going? Delightful Don's always in the house.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hey, say it.
Hey-o.
There we go. That's a retired. Hey-o.
That is retired. I didn't notice no tie today.
Dandy Dave.
No tie.
I didn't notice that either.
No tie.
Dandy Dave, how's it going? Super season in the house, like always. Ron, how you doing?
Happy Up Day.
Wow. Special guest, Awesome Aaron. I'm going to call him Awesome Aaron. I mean, he is awesome. Popular Periwinkle's here.
Crazy storms in Ottawa.
Wow.
It's February, yeah.
Awesome. Artie's here.
Guten Tag. On Monday, the mailman picked up my packages, scanned them, and marked them. Oh, it's delivered. Oh.
All right. Gorgeous guide.
Oh, thank you, guide. And that $5 will be spent on a cord. I just sent Random Neighborhood Kid a picture of the cord that we needed. So that will be spent on that cord.
All right. Marvelous Moving On's here.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. You hear that wind?
I do, yeah.
A little wind out there, too.
I was looking at the word shocker and I'm remembering the old days.
There you go. Yep, and he said nice. Yep, no, it will, Guide Guru. It will definitely go to that. All right, everybody. How are sales out there? Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
Well, everyone remembers last week, I was ecstatic that eBay was steadily better day after day after day. Well, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it just took a nosedive. eBay was horrible, and every other platform I was selling on was horrible as well. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's me.
What day was that?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
So the adult sites were low. Amazon was low. eBay was super low. But again, yesterday and today seems to be picking up. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's everyone else. But
we'll find out shortly. We'll find out shortly. Everybody will tell us in a moment how their sales were.
I know your sales were good at least some point.
Here we go. Let's see what Kathy says. It was a Kelly.
Cool Kelly.
Sales are poop.
Yep.
I'm down 25% this month year on year. It's going to be a long year. Wow.
I kind of agree so far.
Sales have been pretty good except for today. All right. See, that's crazy, Guide Guru, because yesterday I sold 3 items. Today I've been off the hook. That's how we kids say.
Wow.
Reasonably steady for Dave's odds and ends. They've been.
But you're retired, so now you're listing more on eBay. Is it like a short-term thing where you're listing a lot of stuff in auction they're selling?
Well, no, because I put everything. I schedule things out 21 days in advance. So what I do is tomorrow morning I wake up.
Me too.
That's pretty much it.
Good for you.
And I list my first item tomorrow to start tomorrow.
Right.
The next item I list is 21 days out at the latest time of the day that I can.
Mm-hmm.
Then my next item I list is 20 days out. Next item I list is 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, all the way back.
Complicated. How long have we been doing this thing?
Yeah, but the scheduling wasn't free back then.
Oh, okay.
The reason why is it smooths out my listings. So in other words, let's say that tomorrow there were 5 estate sales that I were going to. I might only list 2 items, and then my listings would be like this. This way, it kind of smooths them out some. I think that makes a big difference.
Okay.
Sales on eBay good over the last couple of days at least. Yeah, my sales were good except Tuesday. Tuesday was terrible. 3 items sold.
Tuesday was my best day.
Yeah, Tuesday I couldn't give anything away. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. Sales are up year on year, but I have a lot more listings up.
Yeah. Popular Puddings, how's it going?
And Amazon last week was the worst week in forever. 7 items sold. That's 1 item a day with 22,000 items listed.
That's crazy.
That is insanely low last week. So 7 items on the entire week on Amazon.
Marvelous Michael's got some pretty good sales. Lovely Linda. Hey, how's it going? Wow, that's a big word to use. Pudding's up big time.
That is a big word. Yeah, so eBay was hit or miss. Amazon was terrible last week, the actual week.
Yeah.
However, I found out, which I didn't know until I asked Mr. Magazine, and of course he didn't tell me because he was keeping it to himself, that last week up here was spring break week. So that could have been a part of our winter break week up over here as well. Other people may have had the week off as well and been traveling or had kids at home and not been buying stuff. Who knows what was going on? But that's kind of what I blame it, because this week Amazon's fine. So it was just one terrible, terrible week on Amazon. Promoted 18 out of 40. So that is 46% thereabouts. Offers report, 62 old out of 136 total. Last week I had 132 offers, so that's pretty much the same. A year ago I had 179 offers, so the offers are down from prior year. 33%.
33. Wow, that means you can start buying Life magazines again from me. Good for you.
I did sell 1 item on $million.peddlers. 1 item on Vivs-Views on eBay. So those eBays are going. 4 items on Etsy and 2 on papergoy.com.
Wow. Retirement is treating you well.
And then, a little thing. I don't know how many people are in Don the Auction Professor's Patreon, but he had a bit of a mishap. He was doing some building out there for to make everything perfect for his reselling, and he got hit in the eye with a 2x4 by one of his boys. It got all bloody. The eye got all bloody and everything.
Lightsabers with 2x4.
I'm thinking it's more. Maybe they were doing the Three Stooges. Whoa, like that. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but he ended up with a bloody eye out of that. So hopefully he feels better out of that.
Now, are we still doing your official countdown to your real retirement, or no one cares anymore?
Nobody cares anymore. Okay. Nobody cares anymore. But hopefully Mrs. Papergoy doesn't read that, because if she gets a 2x4, I'm thinking it's going to end up upside my head with all the buys that I have.
I'm thinking of those baseball bats with all the nails in them and stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Cool. There you go. How about buys? Anybody out there buying anything?
Gosh, well, Aaron's on like a 3-week vacation, so now I get to save money, which is great. So when he comes back, I'll be buying again, so that's good. But I haven't been doing much lately. I've been getting free stuff from people, which is cool. I'll take some free stuff. But
yeah, I know you ravaged one of my comic boxes. You're like, I'm taking this.
You didn't even know what they were.
That's true. I didn't particularly care either. So, action movie professor. There you go. He's got a. It was weird because right after that, he started building the rest of the studio with balsa wood. I don't know what that was about. He said it felt a lot better. I don't know what that was. Can't find anything to buy. Yep.
What?
The lack of the tie. Yeah.
It's too cool.
Exactly. There you go.
There we go.
See, somebody's keeping track of the official. Whole bunch of shipping supplies. Wow. Hey, we'll count it. We will count that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Nah, you knew. Not buying much, listening to what I already have. Seems to be a lot of that going on. Thought I needed to do some buying, then spent 6 hours going through my boxes and piles and realized I don't need to buy for a long time.
It's well worth it. It's like finding money.
So I am, now that I am officially retired, well, unofficially, officially retired, I'm going more to estate sales, but I seem to be.
You should do a countdown of when you're going to stop listing and working. That would be cool.
Being really retired.
Yeah, like say it like 72 or something. I'm done no matter what. Then we could do a new countdown. That was fun for a couple of years.
There you go. I'll get to work on that.
All right, thanks.
So I'm going to more estate sales because I've got the time, and it's kind of interesting. Postcards online auction. I smelled like a basement, so I still got the experience. Nice. But I'm going to the estate sales a little earlier than I usually did, because usually what I would do is I would sneak to the estate sale within my day schedule. So most of the time I was hitting them 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Right. And there was literally an estate sale that I could walk to up on Titus. And I went up there about 10 o'clock when it opened at 8:30. And so it's earlier than I usually would have went to. And people are buying books early. People are using their Google Lens and checking out prices on lots and lots and lots of stuff. And it's a lot of work. It's a whole different crew at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning than it is in the middle of the day. Yeah. These people are the hardcore. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely are the hardcore. Exactly. Well, surprise.
Now you walk to this one.
I did.
What if there's, okay. I was gonna say, what if there's 20 boxes?
Well, then I would have walked back and drove. Yeah. I drove to it because I was going somewhere else afterwards, a different sale. But people scanning Google lenses and everything. So I made a big mistake. Maybe Sunday morning, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
I had been to an estate sale Saturday, and estate sale opened at 8:30. I got down there at 10 o'clock, and there was still a line. Oof. And I said,
"Now the mistake is going late or going early."
I thought there'd be no line at 10 o'clock. So I ended up getting in the house about 10:45, 45 minutes in about a 20-degree day with cold winds. Nice. I ended up spending $9 on books. However, I picked up, which I listed for $750 the books. Oh, wow. So that was worth it. $750 worth of stuff for $9. So I said, oh, nice, Linda. Nice.
And you weren't the first one in there. So
who knows what?
Yeah, exactly.
So I said, I'm going to go back Sunday because I see some good books for Whatnot. Opens at 9 o'clock. I said to Mrs. Papergoy, I said, there's a restaurant we like right around the corner. You go to that restaurant, we'll have breakfast together, then I'll go to the sale. Yeah. We had breakfast, 9 o'clock, breakfast, go over to the sale about 10 o'clock, a line of people. I said, this is the second day and the line is longer than it was yesterday. I said, I'll just come back later. So
is this a Saturday or Sunday?
This was Sunday. Okay. It was closed at 1 o'clock on Sunday, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. There's still a line. There were a lot of books upstairs, a lot of stuff that I thought I could sell on Whatnot.
Sure.
So I go home, go back down there a little after 11, no line, go in. I pick out a bunch of books that I want, about $30 worth of books at half price. Some decent stuff, about $30. I made a mistake, Mr. Magazine.
You didn't offer to buy everything?
I asked, what are you going to do with everything afterwards? And they said, well, they've got a company coming in to buy everything. I said, oh, okay. And the estate sale guy goes, but I could sell it all to you. Make me an offer.
Is it all books or is it like furniture? And
no, just books, all the books, all the books. I said, I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, I got $30 worth of stuff already. Yeah. I said, I give you $100 for everything. He goes, oh yeah, no problem. Done. You got to have it out of here by 2. I go, okay, let me go home and get some boxes. Ended up making 2 trips down there, over 1,000 books.
Wow.
For $100, some decent stuff. You're going to be seeing a lot of Whatnot auctions of books, a lot of neat stuff, a lot of stuff Scotland, a lot of stuff of true crime, a lot of stuff of England.
No, he jumped at the $100.
I probably could have gotten it for less. Yes.
It's not even that so much, but I'm thinking in his head, he doesn't think he's going to get $100 from this company that's going to clean the house out. Why would he jump it? Because they're going to come take it anyways. So he must not think he's going to get anywhere near that to jump on the 100. He's probably going to think it's just included in whatever they're offering.
Well, the other crazy thing is I made this offer at 11 o'clock and I'm just packing stuff up and taking it. So he lost 2 hours worth of sales of books also.
Yeah.
Because I bought the stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, about 1,000 books. Yeah, something rather like that. Maybe 1,200. They're over there. And I've already listed 8 to 9 Whatnot auctions so far.
Wow. Is there anything worthy eBay, Amazon books?
I'm just going to run it. Well, the only things I'm putting on eBay or Amazon are just the really, like there was a, it would never sell on Whatnot. It's like a 1999 poetic journal. That's not going to sell on there.
It might sell on Etsy when they don't buy it on Whatnot, though.
That's true too. But other than that, I'm not even caring. I'm just putting it all over there. I'm into it right. I'm into it for a dime or less a book.
Yeah, can't
just
argue with that.
put it all over there, $3 each, and hope that people buy them. So you're going to be seeing a lot of nice books over on Whatnot. Come on by, 4 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
It's going to make your house look very small in a year.
Unless I can move everything out.
You should do a tour now and then a tour in like a year. Seriously, like 1 year into retirement.
Not if everything sells.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. And then I did get I have 2 calls I got to make this coming week. Both are book people. They both have books to sell.
Good.
Yeah. So awesome. Maybe we'll be doing Whatnot auctions into October with books. No sci-fi. Nope. No sci-fi at all.
So the good news is if you sell all 1,000 of these on Whatnot, all individual buyers, you'd have to pack 1,000 items.
Yes, that would be fun. That would be awesome. Thank you for seeing the best side and everything. 2,000.
Cool. That sounds interesting.
You know where those actually sell? They actually sell over on Amazon, because I got a deal on that. You just scan them in off the barcode on the back, and you can just list them right on Amazon. And I sell about 2 a month, just to let you know.
Okay.
Hit the like button. There you go.
That means Paper Time Machine can sell 10 a month.
Books are supportive. There you go. Glitch of the week. There were some occasional freezing on eBay. Apparently they're stealing our thunder. See what I did there? When you're trying to change your categories over on eBay, it kept freezing up. I don't know if your people were complaining about that or not. You have to refresh the page, and then the right category comes in. So it just freezes on the page to choose your category, and then if you refresh, it's fine. And site changes. Whatnot now has a pop-up telling you to promote your show. I will say they've promoted my show a few times. You definitely do get a lot more traffic promoting. So maybe if I have a really good book auction, I will do so. Or maybe I should do it on my next book auction, just to draw people in for all the future book auctions.
It's a really good show. Don't you say that?
It's a really, really big shoe. And then I did get an email today for eBay. They have cubic pricing on their labels now, which is funny because they've had it for quite a while, but they just finally decided to tell us. We're going to head on into item of the week. And Mr. Magazine, I believe, has something for us.
I did bring this. This was obtained from local Mike. If you can see this.
Wow.
I collect Batman comics.
What is half a comic worth?
God, this is horrible.
What is half
Should
a
I take
comic
it out
worth?
of this? Does that make a difference? So anyways, this is Detective Comics number 67. Oh, we both left this building at that point. So it's got the first Penguin cover. So it's an early key issue. It's probably a grade out at a 2.5. And,
oh, wow.
Local Mike got me a good deal on it. It's going into my collection. I'm going to grade it at some point, but very happy. It's probably one of my better Batman comics. At some point, I'm going to get Paperboy's Batman comics. I sold them years ago when I was desperate, but that's in the future, right?
Nice.
But yeah, thank you, Local Mike, for that. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Always keeping me in mind.
That is true. Very cool book.
Oh, okay.
Insulting offer of the week.
I had a ton, and I just only sent you like a little bit. It was bad this week.
There you go. With a product that lets you show items in front of a green screen, it doesn't disappear. Yeah. There you go.
I wonder if people guys put up their wives.
Have them disappear?
Guys, yeah.
Have them disappear. Mr. Magazine banned somebody because they had a whole bunch of offers to them. Like Mr. Magazine had a Homer Bush autograph photo for $15. Guy offered $3. Brian Fisher autograph photo for $10. Guy offered $2.75, and so on.
What kills me is he emailed me and had to, I love your stuff, good price. I'm gonna make you a bunch of offers. You can find shipping. Oh yeah. And then he's offering me 10% of my asking. It's absurd.
And then Mr. Magazine had a Action Comics 247 CGC 3.5, asking $226 on it. Got a $100 offer. And I know you cop that stuff out before you list it.
Right. And that's on, once it goes into store, it's already like 10% off. So it's probably $250, which is probably the high end of it, down at $225. That might take $175 to $200, but $100, come on.
Mr. Magazine had a Stormy Daniels signed photo JSA for $75. Got a $20 offer on that. What does JSA charge?
$15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the photo probably costs $5.
He had a Venom Art Asylum Rogues Gallery bust out of $6,500, asking $76. Got a $15 offer. Now that's insulting.
And it just sold
For 15?
Close to the full price.
Oh.
Yeah.
A Julian Edelman JSA certified mini helmet with, I guess he wrote a little extra under salute to service.
Yeah, it was a military helmet.
$226. Got a $90 offer on it. And I had Albert J. Banks original art, or J. Albert Banks original art, asking $88. Got a $20 offer. I told the person, with free shipping, your offer is less than 25% of value. Does anyone ever sell for that? And if so, can you send me their details so I can buy them out and make a lot of money? And then I blocked them. This was a week for customer issues this week. Oh my goodness gracious, a lot of them.
Before that, did you hear? I think the big wig, the guy running the comic section of Heritage, passed away.
Oh really?
He had Parkinson's. Yep.
Oh, I did not hear that.
I didn't know him personally.
Richard Lewis ran Heritage?
No, it was not Richard Lewis. No.
Oh, to anybody who hasn't heard, unfortunately, Richard Lewis died today of complications. There's a little less complaining in the world now.
Funny guy though. If you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, very funny.
Yeah. He wrote a book called The Other Great Depression.
Good times.
So customer issues. I had an Amazon refund. A person bought a book from me. Then someone else bought them the same book, so they returned mine. Gee, thanks. That's a present, all right. I had a real doozy today. I had a memo book. You know what a memo book is, Mr. Magazine?
Something you write memos in?
Those little pocket-sized things with advertisement on the front, and you make notes in throughout. So it's a memo book.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
My condition read partially used. What would a partially used memo book be, Mr. Magazine? What would you think?
Writing on
okay.
Yeah.
A guy asks if there's writing in it. So I copy and paste the description. I said, partially used.
Yeah.
He then responds to me, does partially used means there's writing? What exactly did he think partially used on a memo book was? And he said, can you send pictures of it?
Oh,
I said,
what are you asking on it? It can't be worth it.
I said, yes, no. And then I blocked him because nothing good could come out of that.
No.
For that much trouble and for the guy not knowing what a partially used memo book was, I'd like to actually.
Unless it was new and then you had to keep taking it in and out 100 times, but never using it. Like,
it
I'm about
was
to
all
write it
stuffed?
down. Then you didn't write it down. Put it back in. Oh, I'm going to write it down. You didn't write it down. Put it back in. And the edges get worn.
It could be that. Yes, it could be that. I think it was an honest question. We used. It was pictured.
Yeah.
That was pictured, though. That was pictured. Yeah.
We'll never get it ever again.
That is true.
It's too bad.
Mr. Magazine got an email. Hi, I live in an unincorporated town. I will only receive mail packages delivered by UPS, FedEx, or Amazon delivery. If you can send it out one of those ways, I would appreciate it. If not, please credit my account.
Now, he said that. He emailed me after we shipped it out.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell these people. And not for nothing.
Was it used as a costume or a prop? That was it. Yes.
Yeah.
Partially used as a costume. So only the top half of it was in the video.
But the guy that wanted UPS and FedEx, is this his first Amazon sale?
You would think he would say that in advance. Yeah. Mr. Magazine had a winner this week. A Billy Bean signed card. Guy wanted to return it as he didn't like the certificate of authenticity. Wanted a real one like JSA. Now he paid $10 all in for a 1985 Donruss leaf card signed, and then was claiming he didn't get a return label through eBay, even though we checked and it said right on the item that the return label had been sent by eBay. So you were complaining about this gentleman a little earlier today about the fact that he wanted a JSA certificate which costs $15 for an item he paid $10 for.
So a lot of stuff that we think is real. We've never had many issues in who knows how many thousands of autographed items we sold over the last close to 30 years. So very few issues we had with them not being real or they don't think it is. But anyways, we give out these big certificates that, they're like long old gift certificates. We were doing that for a while. But then, they cost more money. I'm like, these cards are $10, free shipping, signed. So now I got little business cards, and they basically just generic, but they say, this is 100% guaranteed for life, and then we'll put the person who signs his name on there. We've given out hundreds of those, no issues. So this one guy had a problem with it.
Right, but the crazy thing is, it would cost $15 to get a JSA certified, and you wanted to pay
You couldn't
$10.
sell it for $10 then. Yeah.
Right.
And then ask ahead of time, I guess. If you have an issue with it, say, hey, let me see your certificate. What kind of
Who's it
certificate?
certified by? Right.
But I always say it's my company, and we guarantee it for life, and most people don't have an issue with that.
A guy from India wanted Mr. Magazine to put $5 on the customs form to lower his fee. No, not going to do that. I'm sorry. Not going to break law for you, sir. As much as we appreciate your sale. Mr. Magazine had somebody email him. I have received the wrong record. I received RCA 1973 Elvis double album. I still want the record I ordered. Fool.
So I originally thought Mr. T. I sold it to Mr. T. But in fact, there's two versions of that record. So there's a single record with the main song as Fool, and it's got a sticker in the corner, which that's what the picture was. And then there's a double record with Fool on it, but it doesn't have the Fool sticker. He wanted the one with less songs with the Fool. So I ended up refunding. It was only $5.
Fool.
Fool, exactly. I pity the Fool.
There you go. Now, this was interesting. Mr. Magazine got an email from a customer.
Busy week.
This was a busy week. Well, and this kind of, when he got sent this one, it kind of tied back to my bad Amazon as well. The person said, it was an Amazon question. How do you buy from Mr. Magazine? There's no buy button. And that got me wondering if there wasn't a problem on Amazon for me selling 7 items an entire week. Could have been a problem with buying during the week too. Just absolutely could have been.
Every item, certain items. It was every day. We'd never know. But again, maybe maybe I had that issue over the weekend why my Amazon sales were never that low. For 3 days in a row, something's up.
Right. Definitely. I have a guy who opened an item not as described for a postcard he didn't receive. He included a picture of the corner of his room. I have to wait 2 more weeks for it to close out. Nice. And Mr. Magazine got caught in a huge scam that he did.
Really?
You did?
Can't wait to hear this one.
You're not familiar with your scams? You got so many of them going. You didn't even know what it was.
Exactly.
Mr. Magazine sold an Art of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hobby box. Person had a problem.
It was 2 hobby boxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The item was returned over a week ago, gave the tracking. The product was not as advertised, as the listing stated that the contents were factory sealed and included the full set plus extra cards. Neither package was factory sealed. No cards beyond the set were included. Seller changed the posting to show the item is used after I had already purchased it.
So untrue. You can't do
Thankfully, I took a screenshot of the page back on January 31st when I received the order and realized it was false advertising. Please issue the full refund. Thank you.
We listed it a year ago. Yeah,
you listed it properly.
I don't even think we got him back, but Amazon gave him his money back.
No, you absolutely listed it properly. I did look at it, and you did say open, and you explained exactly what it was.
No one reads that little condition line.
Right, but here's my question. Then he said you changed it after the fact. That's the crazy. That's the crazy part about it. So I've got my hotel set up for Allentown show, Springfield show, and Madison Bachville show. So I was a spending fool this last week on hotels.com. So if you see me in any of those shows, walk up and say hi.
Oh, by the way, the first Wednesday of April, I won't be here. Just so you know.
Thanks for the warning. So we have a record high number of people in here.
Yeah, 12.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Say it to Joe Pesci's face.
Okay, right.
Allentown show is last week in April. Last weekend in April. Mr. Mag got a Vero from Joe Pesci for selling something counterfeit, but they didn't say what it was.
I have to assume it was an autograph photo. I don't know.
But they didn't say. They literally said, "You've sold the item down before. It's been down below. It was counterfeit according to the rights holder." Blah blah. And they didn't tell you what the item was, but it said Joe Pesci put a claim against you. I wouldn't argue with him. He's got a temper.
Tommy.
Were you trying to sell a shine box?
Exactly.
That could have been part of the problem. Etsy said, now, I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, there was the, oh yeah, please do so.
Sounds good.
There was the thing a couple of weeks ago about Etsy and that a activist investor had taken over a seat on the board, and there would be some changes coming at Etsy sometime soon. They'd be pushing to get higher sales and more, more sales and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He is small but mighty. There you go.
Like the mighty Greek.
So did you see what the idea Etsy has?
I did not. Well, I would have to imagine that they want to take all your unsold whatnots and put them on Etsy to make a killing.
That
right?
would work.
Yeah.
Yes, that would work. Yes, they're gonna streamline that for me. My property rights a joke to you. Exactly. That was good. No, Etsy is working on a loyalty program for buyers.
Wow. Okay.
You mean like, I don't know, eBay Bucks?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, eBay doesn't feel that a loyalty program is worthwhile anymore because they want to have 4 people buying really high-end watches on there. My bad. So it's kind of interesting that
you better watch out for they come to your house.
eBay?
Yeah. And they're thugs.
They might bring Pesci and all their thugs.
I
Yeah.
hope Billy bats you.
So I thought that was kind of funny that Etsy feels that a loyalty program, I don't know, getting you to come back to the site time and time again with the promise of a reward might be a positive thing. Like pretty much every other company and every credit card company in the world does. Yeah. Pretty much every company other than eBay does. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Couple of other things over here. Did you see that sealed O-Pee-Chee case we were talking about?
Yeah. So the guy has got two cases. One's open with all sealed boxes, and one's totally factory sealed. Now, were there any other cards in the house? Because the house looks all disheveled.
Well, did you see what those one case went for?
Oh no,
$3.7 million.
That's awesome.
Would you open it, or what would you do? We pack poker it out.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would hold on to it and sell for $5 million in a couple of years, maybe. I mean, I don't know, because the grading, as nice as they may be, they have that shaved O-Pee-Chee sides, so they may not grade out that high. Who knows?
This was really an interesting item, and I don't know how I feel about this. Usually, I don't have a problem with selling things no matter what it is, but this one was just kind of, I don't know, for some reason or other, this struck me a little weird.
Okay.
It was a watch that sold at auction.
Okay.
From Hiroshima. That apparently one of the guys that was going through, one of the American military people that was going through afterwards, picked up from somebody that unfortunately perished in that, with watches melded, and the time on it is 8:15, which is when the bomb was dropped.
Wow.
I don't know how, I mean, that's a piece of history to say the least.
Right.
On that over there. So I don't know how I feel about that. It sold for $31,000 at auction.
I mean, it's not like it sold for $1 million. It didn't sell for $100. So I mean,
sorry, Carl. So I don't know.
I would buy a guitar box at the UPS store, which is probably gonna be $25, and then I would UPS it. That's probably your best shot.
Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that watch on that over there.
Change in the house. How's it going?
G.I. Joe cards, exactly. Oh, Oppenheimer. Get it? Do you get it? And then in Montreal, there was a bit of an issue going on. I'm sure Don probably read about this because it was probably the biggest news in Canada last week. A teacher took her students' artwork, was like, I don't know, kindergarten teacher, second grade teacher, took her students' artwork and then put it on mugs and bags and sold it online. Now she's getting hit with copyright violations and all that stuff because she never asked anybody for permission.
Oh my Lord. Like one student or all students?
Like all the students. So she took their art. So she gave them homework assignments, took their art, put them on mugs and sold it.
I mean, in this day and age, I mean, come on. That's crazy.
Right? Jeez. My old watch, put watch in microwave. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect. Yeah. Good recipe.
Well, welcome, Jackass Retro. And the first day of the Elton John auction went off, the first part of it.
Okay.
$8 million.
Wow.
So there you go.
He wishes he had O-Pee-Chee cases.
Yes, he does. Just 2 of those, he'd be in good shape.
Yeah. I guess if you had the one case that's open, like the brown is open, you got loose sealed boxes, I would probably open one of those boxes. You're going to get a couple Gretzky's, grade them, if they're 9 and 10s, I wouldn't flood the market, but you would get $1 million for the 10 anyways. So think about it, you could get 10 or 20, 9s or 10s potentially.
Right.
I don't know, but at least, and then you still have a sealed case,
Right.
and it would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. I heard about that in Canada. Something's automatically copyrighted as soon as it's created. So, yep, there you go. There you go. Cat lap. There you go. Chronic case. All right, Mr. Magazine, we're going to head on into the main story over here that you need to change. Resellers have to change with the times. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
I agree with that, but then, say all of a sudden, Beanie Babies are hot again. Everyone might be. I don't know if I want to change with the times and buy Beanie Babies. It all depends. But yes, I hope to God this never happens. But if the adult industry with the magazines and movies start plummeting and no one wants them, and everyone's selling me their collections and they stop buying from me, I'm going to be in trouble. So I got to come up with another plan. Do I want to be a Star Wars, Batman, Spider-Man specialist because I have a huge collection of that? I don't know.
You could sell your kids' artwork.
I could do that, but it certainly would change you'd have to change with the times if you want to survive. Especially if what you're reselling isn't in my opinion, my magazines on eBay, they're like non-existent. We used to sell, 50 a day, and get good money for them. And now we're selling 5 to 10 a day, and they're going for $5 to $10. So what am I doing? I'm selling them on Amazon, which if they're in system, you don't have to take pictures, it's quick listings, and I'm getting double to triple the price sometimes on some of this stuff. There's no insulting offers. They may not fly off the shelves, but every day I got 1 or 2 that sell for 50, where on eBay I have 10 that sell for 5.
Right.
So that's me changing with the times as far as that goes. Records too, I might, get rid of I've been talking about getting rid of the records on eBay little by little. We just have so many things going on, but we're moving more into the adult area because that's where all our money and sales are going. Hopefully that doesn't plummet, because then I'll have to make another big decision down the road. But hopefully I have the foresight to see it coming if it's going to happen, So, but how about you?
Well, that's healthy, right?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I won't have to change with the times because I won't be along for the times. Nice. Now is the time when we dance when we dance. Touch my monkey. Remember that? Sprockets. Sprockets.
Yeah.
The reason I brought this up was there is one person that we're mutual friends with that literally just sells on eBay. And he's been selling literally just on eBay since 2002 or 2004, something rather like that.
20 plus years.
His only other source of reselling income is, which I'm not going to complain, is selling the stuff that he doesn't want to deal with or that isn't good enough for him. Or every once in a while he calls his store and he sells it all to me.
Okay.
That's it. That's the way he's been doing for 20 years. And he's been doing okay for 20 years, doing whatever. Dieter. But he's never changed with the times. He's never looked at a second site, even though I buy the things off him and I put them on different sites, depending.
Sure.
So I'm maximizing the things I buy off them.
Sometimes you get duplicates and like, well, I don't want 3 of these on eBay. I'm going to put one on Amazon, one on Etsy, whatever, So you can spread it along the platforms and still have them available in 3 ways.
And there's another person that we know, and this person sells between 40 to 60 items a week on eBay. And he has never, in all the time that I've been following, which has been about 10 years, he has never changed what he does on eBay. He prices his things for auction first and then puts them in the store, which is fine. He prices them at $10 or under plus shipping to start with, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Thank you.
So he sells 40 to 60 items, of which 90% of them, I would say, are $10 and under items.
But he also doesn't list some of them properly where he could get more for them and chooses not to.
He puts a lot of pictures up. I will give him that. He does put a lot of pictures up, but he does not use keywords well. He doesn't use keywords really at all on things. I've shown Mr. Magazine some things throughout the years. I'm like, what is the thing he's missing on this? Mr. Magazine, like, oh, I don't know, Mickey Mantle? Like, you think Mickey Mantle's better than official baseball statistics? You think that more people search on Mickey Mantle? That's weird.
Remember that Derek Jeter magazine he had? He wrote Jeter.
and it says talked about dancing with monkeys. I don't know what's going on. But the reason why I brought it up was he actually did try to. Wow.
Oh, I don't get the cough.
He actually did try to change something up. I do have to give him that. He ran a 15% off sale on $10 and under items.
Sorry.
And still sold 40 items. So basically all he did was give 15% away.
Right.
And as far as I know, he sells on no other site either. And those are people that have found a level that they're happy with, a level they can deal with.
Yeah.
But
they're happy and content. They're making money. They know the money they're going to make on average, and they don't want to change it. You know, like that's the way it is.
On just one site is what they're comfortable with. But I sit there and I've said to Mr. Magazine that if I worked out a deal where I could pick the stuff up so I don't have to worry about shipping, I could probably make good money off this one guy. Because, you know, again, I know where he goes to estate sales and things like that. So I know he's paying 50 cents to $1 to $2 per item, and he's selling them for $6, $7, $8. That's crazy. Where's he going?
Yeah, some of that stuff's cool. Yeah.
Where is he going? Yeah, I don't know if he promotes as well. That I don't know.
Speaking of promoted, now that you're retired for a week, 10 days, are you going to adjust your percentage?
At some point, I will.
Oh, well, I'm waiting to see if I got to do something.
Okay.
All right. That would be great, huh? I don't know who's giving who the Heimlich, but yeah.
My favorite customers are repeat buyers. They have the stuff they want, easy money. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely on that. And I'm seeing more repeat buyers lately than I ever was. That was always a flaw in my business, was I did not get that many repeat buyers. Or if I did, I got a repeat buyer that, I bought from you before. And it's like, yeah, you bought from me in 2007 and 2012. Doesn't really help me a lot. You know, I mean, granted, I do appreciate you buying from me, but yeah, if you buy from me every 7 years, yeah, technically you're a repeat buyer, but not really. Right. It's not like you stalk my stuff and you buy it all. Yeah. I do have to give Mr. Magazine credit. This is one area that he's better than me at. You always check out new stuff. I don't do quite as good of a job at it as you do. Mm-hmm. You're a lot quicker to jump into new things. I'm a lot quicker, I'm more likely to stick with something. Right. So you'll try 5 things. I'll try 1. I'll still be doing that one thing in 5 years. Sure. That's kind of the difference between us on these kind of things.
Sometimes I may get more opportunity with people coming in. They would try things out, but not necessarily because you go to those other sales as well. So kind of washes it out.
Well, I'm even thinking about menus. I'm thinking about just across the board, everything. You're more willing to, I've not run a sale in years on eBay, and you're sitting there screwing around in there. And I don't mean screwing around in a bad way.
I mean, with all those listings, it's, who knows? We see what happens when I forget to put them on sale. It's crazy.
And I wrote down video killed the radio star because I'm a big Buggles fan. Yeah. But you can still fit into a niche. But one thing that I thought was interesting was when I was retiring, I don't know if you knew I recently retired, Mr. Magazine.
Really?
I did. When I was retiring, a lot of my clients were asking me, what are you going to do afterwards? What are you going to do afterwards? And I said, I sell stuff online. And I mentioned it to them. And 2 or 3 people said, eBay's still a thing? That's still around?
More than one person said that?
Yeah.
That's pretty, that should open up all our eyes, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Multiple people were surprised that eBay would, not only that eBay was still around, but that I would be able to replace income by selling on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Kind of crazy, but people think of it, being, and these weren't 25-year-old people. Right. These were people my age who would have been around in the 90s, 2000s when eBay was a big thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't know it was still around.
Crazy.
And they weren't 85-year-old people who didn't go on the computer. They were people same experiences I would have had, except they didn't know eBay was around.
20 years ago, it was eBay. Amazon was probably small at that point.
It wasn't for
clothing,
reselling.
Records. Right. Now look, you got Etsy and everything. It's crazy.
He was a new buyer. He's dealt with me a lot in the past. He's a new buyer tonight. Never bought anything. Yep. Had to start this how many weeks he has been retired now. Exactly. I was thinking of doing that.
That's good stuff.
Kid Dynamo, the reverse of video killed the radio star is a better song. Well, there you go. I'll have to look that one up. Although I like the Buggles. First song playing on MTV. Yeah. So hopefully that was a little bit of a conversation there for you that you can enjoy. Again, you got to change with the times. And again, these people have found their niches, but they could do so much better. And I guess the other question is, we'll just take we'll take the one gentleman who sells we'll say 50 items a week, $10 an item plus $6 shipping on average.
Yeah.
So he's doing $800 a week to ship out 50 items and paying his fees on that, and then paying the shipping on it, everything like that. He's making $350, $400 before he buys the items, which if he pays 50 cents a piece, whatever, he's making $300 to $400 a week, which I guess is all that he needs.
Oof.
But my question is,
it's not a lot this day and age, even if it's all you need. I mean, you're living bare bones.
$400 a week is $20,800.
Barely go to McDonald's for meals. That's crazy.
Well, but my other question is, he's got to pack up 50 items a week.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some people do buy multiples, whatever, but it's 50 items a week he's got to pack up.
Yeah.
If he found a way, whether it be sell stuff on Amazon, whether it be sell stuff on Etsy, either he could be making a little more money, or he wouldn't have to worry about, I can raise my prices some on eBay, and instead of selling 50 items at $10 a piece, I'm selling 40 items at $15 a piece.
Right.
Or whatever the case, whatever the thing happens to be, and make his money up somewhere else.
He needs, honestly, he needs someone like you to tell him that, and maybe that'll open his eyes. Like, you told me that years and years ago, or whatever it was, 15, 17 years ago, did Amazon and all that, but like, maybe he needs someone to say, hey, why don't you try this out? It can't hurt, and, or he's just like limited. Hey, I only want to work 25 hours a week listing these 50 items, packing these 50 items, and that's it. I'm happy with doing what I'm doing.
Well, the other crazy thing is, I know he's traveled to places like Boston for estate sales.
Wow.
Yeah, he's actually, which that is crazy to me to drive to Boston for an estate sale.
Well, it doesn't sound like he's the type of guy that's going to bring $5,000 in his pocket and load up this truck, unless it's super cheap.
Right. I mean, I could see driving up to Massachusetts to Brimfield because there are thousands of dealers. Yeah. So the odds are you're going to find something and drive back.
Right.
If you're driving to an estate sale, I mean, sure, there's a lot of stuff you see there. Yeah. What happens if you get there and they're asking, which I've seen up here at sales before, they're $10 a book.
Yeah.
And you get
there late and then all the good stuff is gone,
There's a long line. By the time you get in, the primo stuff's gone, and then you're just picking over the scraps after a drive to Boston. Yeah. I was upset that I drove, 2 miles away and I had to wait in line. Right. Can you imagine if I drove to Boston?
Yeah.
And then of course the whole trip, what are you thinking too? I got to, not that you got to speed, but I got to speed. I don't want to stop for breakfast. I don't want to stop because I got to get there to stand in line and all this stuff. So yeah, kind of crazy for those margins to be doing that. It's kind of crazy. Sure. And God bless him. I mean, he's doing things I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
All right, well, head on over to the rambling story of the week. You have one, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah, and this actually happened today. It's pertaining to the business, but it's
you almost died on air.
I did. It's true. Almost only counts in. Well, So this gentleman came in today with 2 boxes of sports cards, and he goes, "I'm looking to sell these cards." And he goes, "I just came from my, competitor up the road." I go, honestly, if he's not buying them, I'm probably not going to buy them either. I'm just being honest instead of spending time wasting his time, And he goes, "Well, he hardly even looked through them. He just skimmed through them or whatever, He goes, "How about I donate them to you?" So he does clean outs and estate sale clean outs and rentals, whatever, And I said, let me just look for the heck of it. So there was a shoebox in there, all early to mid 70s football and baseball. And I didn't really want to go through them. I'm like, that's worth more than $25. He was going to donate to me. I go, I'll tell you what, 2 things. I got a deal for you. I'll give you $25, which he was happy with. I'm going to give you my business card. If you do clean outs, I bet you've thrown away adult movies and magazines. He goes, oh yeah, all the time. I said, well, here's my cell number. I will call me anytime. You can send pictures, even if it's comic books, sports stuff, whatever it is, record albums. I go, send me pictures. I'll tell you to buy, buy and I'll pay you whatever. But especially adult stuff, scarf it up. I'll pay you very well on that stuff. And in the meantime, we just made a connection. Here's $25 for that stuff. The guy was happier than you'd ever see. Like, you just so happy about it. And it goes to show you, this is a reverse of what had happened 15 years ago. I would have been the standoffish guy, and he would have sold them to the other place,
Right.
But yeah, I just thought,
right. And you changed with the times.
But yeah, it was a great connection. We were going to hook up, and he was very happy. And I got a great deal on the cards, and he could care less because he was going to give them to me anyways.
Right. Yeah, they're free to him. He picked them out of there.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I like stuff like that. It's weird because people lately have been donating stuff because I don't want to buy it. And there's actually been some good stuff in there. I told you about those binders of cards. Some guy donated. I wasn't there. He donated like 25 binders of sports cards. So I went through them, and there were a lot of sets from the 80s and 90s. but still they're 10, 20 bucks a piece. Brought them over, listed them on Amazon, but the rest were buried under other stuff. So I was trying to clean out this one area of the shop where they were, because I wasn't there that day. There's partial sets from the late 60s and 70s of baseball.
Wow.
And I think there's some 72 high numbers in there.
Which I need some.
Yeah,
of.
and it's like, wow, if I saw this, I would not have let him give them to me for free. I wasn't there. It was an older gentleman. He was moving into a smaller, whatever. But it's just amazing how people are nice or don't care, and then you know, we end up benefit. But if he does come in again,
you'll give him something.
But yeah, awesome. A couple twofers there, right there, twofers. So cool.
So why were you charging me double guide on those 72 tops?
They were high grade. They were high grade.
Yeah, of course they were.
Yeah.
Can only make a certain amount of. Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. I do that drive. Yeah, I had not thought about the SSD. I'm rural and have to drive 100 miles round trip to haul my honey. Was very profitable and getting most of my stuff online. Wow, 100 miles. Wow. I think ran to Iron Lung for paperclay doesn't expire on us.
Exactly. Jeez. Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, I've had something for quite a while. So
here we go.
So you got me thinking about it.
Jeez. Drink some water.
I could do that too.
But wow, we didn't freeze once. This is great.
Maybe I know. I think it's that cord. Yep.
I think it overheats because when I pulled out the first time, it was my hand.
Yep.
I almost burned my hand. I was in the studio. For those comics I just picked up for free.
Nice. All right, everybody. Do appreciate you coming by. Yeah, no, I'm getting better, but it's still sitting in there a little bit.
Piercing, piercing sound. Yeah.
No, that's my normal voice.
Oh.
Want to thank everybody for coming on out. Do stop by Whatnot tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern for books. Next week, there's a Wednesday magazine auction at 4 p.m. Thursday book auction at 4 p.m. next week. Ephemerama 16 on the 9th of March at 3 p.m. for a half-hour shift over there. And then I will be doing book auction after book auction after book auction because I picked up 1,000 books, and hopefully they all go to your house. That would be a great deal. Cut out the middle, man. Stop on by. I'll pull them all out there, and you can give me some money. I would appreciate that. Thanks, everybody, for coming on by. We will get that cord fix, Guide Guru. Thank you for financing that. Definitely do appreciate it. What I'll do is I'll put a little tag on it, call it the Guide Guru cord, and it'll be sitting there. Do appreciate it.
GGC.
There you go. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.